Although we're meeting online, we're still respectful that we're meeting on the lands of the Kaurna people and acknowledge our mutual love and connection to the land we are blessed to share. And for the last occasion this Rotary year, can we say, welcome, Rotary connects the world through celebrating our friendships, diversity and unity of purpose. Please welcome, for the last time, President Adriano Cisternino.
Thank you, Peter. Rotarian guests, we are delighted to have with us today our honorary member, His Excellency the Honourable Hugh Van Ley, AC Governor of South Australia. His Excellency has a busy schedule, so we would like him to say a few words of welcome now.
Well, good afternoon all. Thank you very much for having me here on this very, very special occasion. And I looked through the screens there. Everybody looks so well. So probably doing very well under the pandemic. I hope you're feeling as well as you look today. Let me acknowledge, of course, I understand the Minister Sanderson's with us as well, and the District Governor Jane Owens. I also acknowledge, of course, the outstanding Adriano Cisternino, our President, and the President-elect Heidi Unferdorben. Congratulations. Now, as you know, in the last few months have been incredibly challenging for Australia. Can you turn the camera up a bit? Well, indeed, the rest of the world has been going through the very challenging time, as we all know. But it appears that the tide is turning now, and I hope that we will see the light at the end of the tunnel brighter and clearer as times go by. Australians, and in particular South Australians, have played their part in successfully flattening the curve much earlier than predicted, allowing a gradual return back to life as we knew. I can tell you that during these 3 months, my communication and engaging with the communities in the public, one message coming out quite clearly and repetitively is that how wonderful and how lucky we are to be in South Australia at this very, very challenging time. We're so blessed that we one of the safest places under this the circumstances. We know that there is some distance to go and much ground to make up for, but we can see that we're all looking forward to life back to normal, whatever that means. What the pandemic and the resultant social isolation has highlighted, ladies and gentlemen, amongst other things, is the importance of a social connection and community spirit. While this has been revelatory for some, these ideas have always underpinned Rotary at its mission. Despite the challenges of the last few months, I understand that the Rotary Adelaide has achieved much throughout the year, undertaking the international projects, organizing successful fundraisers, and engaging young people through a range of activities. The incredible work that you do that adds to so much to our community, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for the wonderful work, for the resilience, for the strength, and for the passion that you have shown during this time. I congratulate and thank Adriano for his outstanding efforts over the past year as a president. And I would like to offer my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to Heidi on her appointment and wish her all the very best for her presidency. I understand that Paul Harris Fellow Awards will be announced during this meeting today. And I would like to also offer my heartfelt congratulations to each and every recipient on their achievement. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to acknowledge and thank you all for your incredible work. And I hope that you and your family stay safe and well during this time. I'm long that sooner rather than later that we'll be able to meet face to face, shaking hands, having a bit of a hugs, and break bread together in a wonderful fellowship that I so enjoy with Rotary Adelaide. Thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your time and supportive words, and we wish you and Mrs. Lay all the best in the work that you do, in the wonderful work that you do. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye. I now propose the toast. First toast, please charge your glasses. And first toast is to the Queen and the people of Australia. And the second toast is to Rotary International. As it is traditional, the response to the toast is in the capable hands of the last district governor for our district, 9500, Jane Owens.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Adri, for allowing me to do this. It really is a great pleasure. It truly is. So I don't know if we've still got the governor, His Excellency Hugh Van Lay. I'm so nervous now, it's awful. Anyway, moving right along. Welcome to past district governors, Rotarians, friends of Rotarians, and guests. Many thanks, Adri, for doing the toast to Australia and to the toast to Rotary International. And thank you for the opportunity to respond to the toast. Each year, the RI President has a theme for the year. These themes are based on something important to the RI President and designed to inspire us to continue to make the world a better place for all. In the year ahead, as you're aware, we will focus on the theme of the incoming RI President, Holger Knack. Rotary opens opportunities with that powerful symbol of the 3 open doors. The RI vision statement states that together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. Now, Holger states, Rotary isn't just a club for people to join, but rather an invitation to endless opportunities. He emphasises that Rotary creates pathways for members to improve their lives and the lives of those they help through service projects. We have many interesting, diverse ways available to us now. Each club has its own unique culture and context upon which to do so. Our opportunities are endless. Together, we look forward to growing Rotary, to doing as Holger Knack asks us to do. We will not let rapid change defeat us. We will capture this moment to grow Rotary, making it stronger, more adaptable, and even more aligned with our core values. Thank you very much, Adri. Now, Adri, can I go ahead and do the district PHS?
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. It now gives me great pleasure to present a couple of Paul Harris Fellows to members of your club, the Rotary Club of Adelaide, from the district. As you all know, a PHF is not given lightly, and it is a symbol of the hard work and commitment Rotarians give to the district. The first one I would like to present is a sapphire, and this goes to a woman I admire so much. She has given so much to your club, and she has also, I also commend her for her commitment and drive at district. This sapphire goes to Rotarian Lisa Dallow. And I'm sure, Lisa, that at the very first opportunity, Heidi will take great pleasure in presenting you with your pin. Thank you. Now, my second Paul Harris Fellow goes to a man who I have come to admire over the past few years. He gives of his time without a second thought. He never fails to amaze me with who he knows and how they all connect back to Rotary. And I have to say, he could talk the hind legs off a donkey as well. Comes back to Rotary in some way. He holds the 4-way test in the highest regard. I have treasured working with this man, And the next double sapphire goes to Stephen Noble. Noble by name and noble by nature. This last Paul Harris Fellow goes to a man I first met at Mary Dorrington's Changeover conference in Bendigo. He has been a constant source of advice and counsel to me. He gives so generously of his time to your club and both at district level too. This triple sapphire goes to Pete Neal. Thank you very much, Pete. Thank you. Thank you, Adri, for giving me that opportunity. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, Jane. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome everyone to this very different changeover, made no less important or respected by it being online. We welcome all of our members, partners, guests, and our Rotarians who have joined us today for this important time in the life of me and of course Heidi. As I gladly move to the back bench, Heidi steps up to carry us forward in our 97th year. A special welcome to our honorary member, the Honourable Rachel Sanderson, who has advised us that she would be with us today. We have apologies from the Police Commissioner and the Honourable Sir Eric Neal sent. I'm aware that honorary members Sylvia Footner, Madeleine Wiesner, and Bob Astwell are with us today as well. And I would especially like to acknowledge my family with me today, and of course, Heidi's family too. Lorraine Robinson, our guardian angel from Adelaide Oval SMA, Stadium Management Authority, was invited to be with us today, but it is her birthday, so she can't be here due to an equally important celebration. I would like to acknowledge the ongoing work of Lorraine and her team, and we will make a presentation when we're back at the Oval. Lorraine is a treasure and has helped us this year with all of our meetings as well as our Like Minds meeting. I would now like to hand over to my partner through this year and always, Annabelle, a bouquet that is a simple gesture of thanks from me for being with me and all the hard work you've done to support me.
Thank you.
Thank you, beautiful. We'll now move to our Paul Harris Fellows presentation. For each US $1,000 contributed to the Rotary Foundation, our club receives credits points that can be used to acknowledge an individual as a Paul Harris Fellow. There is actually no such thing as a Paul Harris Fellowship, and it is not an award, it is simply a recognition. A club sets its own criteria for naming a Paul Harris Fellow. Usually, this is done to recognize an outstanding commitment to the club or the community. It is in this spirit and context today that we again recognize members of Rotary Adelaide. Our first recipient has been a member since June 2008 and has been actively involved with many aspects of our club. In the past 12 months, she has been the convener for our largest fundraising event after being an understudy to David Mottram. This is her first PHF, and it is in recognition of her diligent and dedicated work in this vital role. Today, to receive her first PHF pin, please welcome and thank Joe McLaren. I will obviously contact all the recipients of the PHF and the certificates over the next few days personally and deliver the pins and the certificates. This will apply to everyone else in this presentation. Our second recipient has been associated with our club as an FOR since July 2015 and has been actively involved and instrumental in the development and success of our Like Minds business networking event launched this year. This PHF recognition is for his great work and contribution to this important new event and also his help in supporting many of our fundraising events through his auctioneering skills. Today, to receive his first PHF pin, please welcome and thank James Packham. Our next recipient, a member since July 1989, has served the club in many committees roles, especially environment. In the past few years, he has provided awesome support for the smooth running of our lunch reception desk. This presentation should have occurred at Christmas, but due to his absence from the lunch and later COVID restrictions, it has been postponed until now. I'm pleased to present a sapphire pin to Peter Sanderson. The next recipient follows a tradition of our club of recognizing our past presidents for their hard work in the Rotary year. As I can vouch after this year's personal experience, leading this club is no mean feat, and it certainly requires a huge level of commitment and sacrifice of our personal lives. It is in this spirit that it is my pleasure to honor with a second sapphire pin past president Rob Falcon. Our next recipient, a member since February 1992, has served the club in many important roles over the years, including various roles on the board. He is a hugely respected member of the community with a wealth of business knowledge and a wonderful mentor to many members of our club. In the past few years, he has been spending some very important quality time with his family overseas. While this has restricted his ability to commit to a role as leader of our club, something I think he will be very well suited for and our club would have benefited by, he has still been able to commit his time to activities such as the Not the Test Match dinner and Trailblazer by the Sea. It is with the greatest pleasure that we honor with the third sapphire pin Rotarian Barry Noble. Our next recipient, a member since April 1978, or should I say from birth, has also served the club in many important roles over the years, including leading our club as president in 1994-1995. He is a third-generation Rotarian of our club, with father, grandfather, and brother also members. These days, besides playing a lot of golf, he is involved in many aspects of our club community service. Our regular lunch meetings could not happen without his truly amazing commitment and work. He runs a really efficient team at our welcome desk, and for this, we all owe him a lot of gratitude. It is with great pleasure that we honor with a third sapphire pin, past president, Rob Mottram. Our next recipient, a member since May 1994, has also served the club in many important roles over the years, including leading our club as president in 2016-17. It has been a pleasure working with him on the board of the club. Here, I experienced firsthand his knowledge and leadership skills. He is involved in many aspects of our club, like our global grant project in the Philippines, and in particular in organizing one of our important and now regular fundraising events on our calendar. In the past 2 years, he has also got more and more involved at the district and zone level in many different roles. It is with great pleasure that we honor and thank with the third sapphire pin, past president, Darcy Walsh. Our next recipient, a member since May 2011, has also served the club in many important roles over the years, including leading our club as president in 2017-2018. I also have had the pleasure of working with him and learning from him on the board of our club. His corporate business knowledge and calm, balanced approach towards making important decisions has been a fundamental asset to the board of our club over the past few years. I will be forever grateful to him for postponing his retirement from our board to help our leadership team this year in the crucial role of VP of Administration. Many of the things we have accomplished this year could have not have happened without his tireless contribution. It is with the greatest pleasure that we honor with the third sapphire pin, past president, Rob Thomas. Our next recipient, a member since August 2003, has too served the club in many important roles over the years and was our club president in 2014-2015. I've had the pleasure of working with him for a number of years on the board and committees of our club, as well as in the commercial world. His knowledge, leadership skills, passion, and commitment for our club is second to none. His contributions have helped our club develop and grow into a better organization. His broad knowledge has also been a fundamental asset to the board of our club over the years. I will also be grateful to him for coming back from his Rotary Club of Adelaide retirement to help our leadership team this year in the crucial role of VP of Community Service. Many of the things we've accomplished this year could have not have happened without his contribution, working as a team with Rob and myself in particular. In the past 12 months, he has also been of great support to our DG on the District 9500 board, as Jane mentioned earlier. It is with great pleasure that we honor with the 4th Sapphire pin past President Peter Neal. Our final recipient has also been a member since November 2000, and he has also served the club in many important roles over the years, including leading our club as president in 2015-2016. In the past few years, he has been heavily involved with our District 9500, culminating into the role of district governor in 2018-19. While being the second largest club in Australia, we have not contributed a district governor for many years, and we are too very grateful for his contribution. He is currently working on another important role for the future of Rotary in our zone. It is with great pleasure that we honor with the 4th Sapphire pin past president and past district governor David Egan. This concludes our PHF presentation. I just want to congratulate you all. It's a great achievement, of course, and I look forward to handing the pins to all of you in the following days. So in March this year, we introduced the concept of a new honorary promoted type of membership. You might recall that I'd mentioned this in my Pulse communication at the beginning of the year. The aim is to provide a clear path for our members to be recognized for their long-term commitment to Rotary Adelaide. This membership is based on a simple and clear scoring system and becomes an available option for members to take once they reach a score above 320 points. Another important change we introduced with this new type of honorary promoted membership is that it does not deprive the members from their voting rights on matters related to our Rotary Club of Adelaide. As with any new system that is introduced, we have some grounds to make up, and this year we have 4 initial members that have qualified and accepted this honorary promoted membership. Looking to the future, there will be approximately 1 member per year that will qualify. If you are interested in your score and in finding out when you qualify, please do not hesitate to contact the Director of Membership. Our first recipient, Dr. Roy Scragg, completed his MBBS at the University of Adelaide. He was public officer in the Public Health Department in Papua New Guinea and Director of Public Health from 1957 to 1970. He also served in the PNG Parliament as a member of the Legislative Council and Executive Council, and a member of the House of Assembly and Constitutional Committee from 1957 to 1968 inclusively. Roy Scragg is a professional record that will take up a lot of space and time to recount here, and I will provide a more detailed account for inclusion in our bulletin in the next week. Suffice to say, his mark on healthcare in PNG is without peer. He has served on many professional bodies and associations and is world-renowned for his work in venereal disease. Roy was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire for Public Services in PNG. He has been a Rotarian for 62 years, a member of our club for 46, and previously a member of the Rotary Club of Port Moresby for 16 years. Despite his age, he is still very engaged with many aspects of our club, and it has been a pleasure sharing some time with him in our Zoom breakout rooms over the past few weeks. Having reached a score of 372 points, I am pleased to bestow our first honorary promoted membership to Dr. Roy Scragg. Our second recipient, Dr. Bob Ecker, graduated in medicine at the University of Adelaide in 1947, having topped his year in his third and final years. He has an extensive record as a leading medical and has enjoyed a long career as a physician specializing in gastroenterology. He has served on many medical and hospital committees, was a member of the Council of Flinders University, a board member of the Flinders Medical Centre, a member of the Medical Practitioners Conduct Tribunal, and a board member of Medical Alert and Meals on Wheels. Bob was inducted into the Rotary Club of Adelaide in 1973 and served as president in 1987-1988. He was awarded the Paul Harris Fellowship in 1989 and was made a companion of the Australia Rotary Health Foundation in 1993. He was made a member of the Order of Australia in 2003 for service to the community through a range of service, cultural, social welfare and sporting organizations, and to medicine, particularly in the field of gastroenterology. Bob Becker has been a member of our club for 47 years. He's still very engaged with many aspects of our club, and is a very generous supporter of our charitable trust fund. Having reached a score of 339 points, I'm pleased to bestow our second honorary promoted membership to Dr. Bob Becker. Our third recipient is Mr. Jeff Tate. Jeff was the club's 61st president in the 1983-84 year and qualified for an inaugural Rotary International President citation. Ample evidence that he presided over a very busy and fulfilling Rotary year. During this year, the membership grew, the club's 60th anniversary was celebrated, and the Probus Club of Adelaide was sponsored. There were many highlights in President Jeff's year, far too many to mention in this brief resume. Suffice to say that we honor past President Jeff Tate, a current valued and active member who with enthusiasm fulfilled the Rotary theme of his year, share Rotary, serve people. Jeff has been a member of our club for 45 years and is still very engaged with many aspects of the club, including continuing to provide valuable feedback to the presidents each year. Having reached a score of 329 points, I'm pleased to bestow our third honorary promoted membership to Mr. Jeff Tate. Our final recipient is Rotarian Pat Christie. Pat has been a very astute man throughout his life, especially in business. He developed machines to do the packing of tea into the bags, and in the early days was associated with the SA icon company D&J Fowler, whose name is still seen on a building on North Terrace. In later years, he was a consultant working with the late Rotarians Ralph Arthur and John Michaud in the rural industry, looking at innovation with an automatic shearing machine. Pat has been a member of our club for 47 years and can be relied upon to still volunteer regularly for our community programs, in particular the Science and Engineering Challenge and the Trailblazer. Having reached a score of 325 points, I'm pleased to bestow our fourth and final honorary promoted membership for this year to Mr. Pat Christie. This concludes our honorary promoted membership presentations. Okay, and now we move to interpretation of the past year at a glance. I would like to mention that this is by far not a comprehensive look at all that has been done this year. In fact, there are many amazing activities and contributions that my limited amount of time will not allow me to cover, but they will stay with me and of course many of you forever in our hearts. With this in mind, let's look at some of this year's highlights. In July, we introduced a new financial management process with a clear separation of our administration and community service portfolios and the simple processes for initiating, monitoring, and the governance of the payments. In August, we launched a new monthly business networking event called Like Minds. Okay, also in August, we moved from the Cathedral Room and started a journey of discovery of our new venue within Adelaide Oval. And we conducted in August also the Comedy Ball. This year, the event fundraised $9,900 and $10,000 were donated to Second Chances to purchase 2 programs. In September, we initiated a review of the work done to date on the modernizing our charitable trust fund. Unfortunately, this year's board and the CTF trustees have been unable to yet reach an agreed direction today. Because of this, an independent review panel with past President Frank O'Neill, past District Governor Don Sarah, and Barry Noble as members has been appointed to continue this review process and support and advise future boards on this very important matter, so that we can all agree on a modernized model that takes us into a positive direction for the next 50 years. In October, we conducted the annual firewood sale. This year, we fundraised in excess of $7,000. We finally got our Welcome to Adelaide sign erected. Massive thank you to Laurie Lewis for all his work in making this happen. Laurie is now working on getting some lighting added to the sign. A small contingent of members also joined the celebration for the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Club of Shanghai. Jyoti got an opportunity to perform during the celebrations, continuing a long tradition started many years ago with Ollie Clark. Also in October, we conducted our Trailblazer by the Sea event. We experienced another wonderful conducted event, thank you to the contribution of the organizing committee and of the many members who volunteered on the day. We achieved the best financial outcome ever with $27,000 overall income, and we fundraised $22,500 net for our beneficiaries. In November, a large contingent of our members volunteered in the Christmas pageant. It was another wonderful event, and it was great to see so many of our members involved in this iconic SA event. The Not the Test Match dinner was also held in November. Again, another wonderful event that has become a regular activity on our calendar, wonderfully organized and well supported by many members of our club. The event raised over $14,000 for our club and the Prospect District Club. And we held the movie night Ford versus Ferrari, organized by the Innovation Group. In December, we organized the Magic Show, another wonderfully run event. Over the past few years, this has become our major fundraising event for our club, and this year was no exception, with a net result of almost $38,000. Unfortunately, December also brought us the White Island volcano disaster. I still remember with deep sadness receiving the news of the loss of Zoe and Gavin, just as I was about to start our lunch and having to announce it to our members. What a tragedy for the Dallo family, our club, the Prospect Club, and the more extended Rotary family. We finished the year on a good vibe with a wonderful Christmas luncheon celebration. We awarded PHFs to some well-deserving Rotarians and enjoyed some wonderful fellowship. In January, we started the new year by suspending our first meeting of the year to honor the Dallos. And we celebrated the life of Gavin in a wonderful tribute at Adelaide Oval, something I'm sure would have made Gavin very, very proud. We introduced a new style bulletin using MailChimp. Farewell, Tony Milne, and welcome new editor, Trish Shockett. As mentioned in my previous presentation, in March, we introduced the concept of a new honorary promoted type of membership. We also progressed the work of an update for our constitution and bylaws. And without knowing that it might have been our last live meeting for the year, we conducted another wonderful celebration of women with a fabulous lunch at Adelaide Oval with over 100 members and guests present. We heard the inspiring story of the daughter of one of our very own members achieving so much in a male-dominated industry. And then there was COVID-19. No live meetings, no President Weekend, even though we'd organized basically booked all the venues and we started receiving bookings, which we had to refund. No live changeover today, but more importantly, no live interaction amongst our members. Fortunately, all of our fundraising for the year was completed and we only missed 2 live meetings. On the 1st of April, and no, this wasn't an April Fool's Day, our meetings go online by Zoom. We're able to secure a wonderful lineup of great speakers, and with the introduction of breakout rooms, offer some needed fellowship to some of our members. In May, we conduct the largest booked meeting in recent years. We are able to secure General the Honorable Sir Peter Cosgrove, and our booking spiked to over 160, which would possibly be the highest number in recent years for our club. In particular, if we consider that many people are joining each session in groups. And finally, we get to this month. At the last board meeting of the year, we noted a surplus in both our administration and community service portfolios at the 10th of June. Further and final details of the Rotary year will be shared with all members at the next AGM. However, I'm fairly positive that we will be closing the year with surpluses. The community service surplus, of course, is not something that we particularly aim for, as ultimately we raise funds to do good in the community. However, this year we have reduced our disbursement to the beneficiaries to a minimum that has allowed us to retain an approximate $20,000 of surplus that we are putting aside for next year's incoming board. The reason we made this decision is due to the current uncertainty linked to the COVID-19 situation, and we wanted to make sure that even with a potentially reduced fundraising income, next year the club has adequate funding to satisfy its community service effort. At last board meeting, the board again approved to assist our charitable trust fund with further funding to allow the fund to satisfy its minimum 4% required disbursements without the fund having to use its own. As in previous years, this year the club assisted the fund to the tune of well over $40,000. This figure does not take into account any individual donation received by the fund. We also made a substantial $21,500 donation to the Rotary Foundation. This will allow our club to request back approximately 50% in district and global grant, if the directors in following years' boards will apply for them. Looking more into details in the community service portfolio, for the international service, we conducted 2 major projects on which we were able to apply 2 separate district grants, leveraging on our contribution to the Rotary Foundation of the previous year. In community service, our club participated in a diverse range of activities in the community from KI to Hutt Street, to the northern suburbs. End-zone projects such as assembling birthing kits, repairing fences, gifts at Christmas, cards for all the folks in isolation, cooking breakfast, and preparing kits for nurses with love. In youth service, Rotary Adelaide has continued to play an active role in youth activities in our district. This year, we sent 5 participants to Ryla, we sent 4 participants to Ripon, we sent 2 participants to the One and All training voyages, we sponsored the Adelaide University Rotary Club Cultural Night, we sponsored the administration of the Adelaide University Rotary Club, we supported an NYSF participant, we conducted and managed the statewide Science and Engineering Challenge. We were awarded the Rotary Youth Award, Activity Award by the district, and our Dr. Jeff White was presented with the Minister of Education's Volunteers Award for Outstanding Service. Jeff has coordinated Theberton Senior College Rotaract Club for Global Peace for over 10 years, and has seen almost 50 students attend Ryla. Unfortunately, throughout the year, we also lost some amazing friends. Ralph, John, Peter, Arthur, and Peter, you will be forever remembered. We've inducted 14 new members, 3 of these being part of one of our 2 new corporate members, Salvation Army. We've also got on our books a further new corporate member from Adelaide Uni that Heidi will now induct next month, for a total of 18 new members joining our club in 2019-2020. A huge thank you to you all for all your hard work and contribution to all the events and activity conducted this year, including the ones covered in this presentation, of course. Without the help of each and everyone that has worked and contributed, we would not have been able to have achieved so much. A particular thank you goes to all my board, who has worked tirelessly to make sure our club remains at the forefront of Rotary. Thank you. And finally, I would like to close with a huge thank you to all of our club sponsors for their support throughout the year. A special thank you to our corporate partner, Phil Hoffman Travel, and above all, to Nation, for their ongoing support in marketing all aspects of our club on a pro bono basis. You guys are amazing. We now move to the induction ceremony of President Heidi Unferdorben. Rotarians, today is a very special day for our club. We are inducted the 97th President of the Rotary Club of Adelaide. President-elect Heidi Camille Unferdorben, you have been chosen by your fellow Rotarians to be the President of the Rotary Club of Adelaide for the ensuing year. This appointment is not made lightly, for it is the highest honor within the powers of the club to bestow, and it is made in recognition of your service to Rotary in general and to this club in particular. With the presidency, you're assuming new duties, new obligations, and new responsibilities, which will make severe demands upon your thoughts, time, and energy. We're confident you will carry out your task with the same zeal you have always shown in Rotary, and you are assured of the utmost cooperation from every one of our members. Rotary's vision for the future, its objectives, with its 6-7 year focus, will, I know, be your constant guide, and you will always be sustained by the fellowship and esteem of us all. President-elect Heidi Camille Unferdorben, do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of Adelaide, and that you will, to the best of your ability, give support and assistance to the District Governor, Rotary International, and fellow Rotarians, and that you will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this club?
I will.
This collar, which your daughter Annie is about to place on your shoulders, bears the names of many of the presidents of this club, including your own. Just waiting for Annie. I now formally induct you as President of the Rotary Club of Adelaide for the 2020-2021 year. The pendant to the collar is a Rotary wheel with the word President inscribed. This is the badge of your office. I also ask Annie to present you with your President lapel pin.
She's already got it on.
Okay. And I've also handed you 2 items that it is tradition for each president to keep during the year and then hand over to the following president. The silver teacup you received from the Rotary Club of London after the Second World War, and a replica of the Roman Trozzella received from the Rotary Club of Brindisi Valesio. Please enjoy displaying these items over the next 12 months. On behalf of the members of your club and all who are here today, I congratulate you and wish you a happy and rewarding year in office. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I present to you our incoming President of the Rotary Club of Adelaide, President Heidi Unferdorben.
Okay, right. I'll just get myself into the right position. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Adriano, and hello everybody, and thank you all for joining us online today. I'm extremely honoured that you have entrusted me as the 97th President of this remarkable and historical club. To me, being President is about serving my leadership community, and that's you. This includes those of you who hold formal leadership positions in the club, as well as those who do not. As President, I will guide the development of leadership qualities in all members, where leadership is viewed as a process, and the values of equity, social justice, collaboration, and service are explicitly promoted. I ask that together you walk with me to make this happen. Together this year, we will create a new strategic plan for our club, which will align with Rotary International's purpose, vision, and values. As we develop the plan, we have been asked by RI to be clear-eyed about the challenges that Rotary and the world faces. Our plan should protect them value of human connection in an age of technology and lay out a path for beginning great ideas to the forefront of the global imagination of what's possible. And it will provide us all as a club with a continuity of vision from year to year, keeping us moving forward to fulfil our shared purpose. And of course, the board and I will work together with you in the development of this strategic plan. And speaking of which, I'd like to introduce you to part of your leadership community, the 2020-2021 board. And most of them are actually sitting here with me today watching this meeting at the Regal Park Comfort Inn on a big screen, thanks to Greg Winston. So I'm going to call their names and ask them to pop their heads into my screen if they can. Okay, Secretary Trevor Sterling. And Trevor graciously stepped up in place of Lisa Dallow. Hello, Lisa. We're so honoured that you're here with us today. Can you say a quick hello? If you're there.
Hey, hi, everyone.
Hi, Lisa. Lovely to see you. And Lisa has offered her support to the board throughout the year, and we're really grateful for that. Thanks, Lisa. Vice President Admin, Trish Orquette. I don't know if you're online, Trish. She's on in Robe at the moment. Trish, are you there? No? Okay. Come and say hello if you are. Vice President Community, Jeff Miller. Hello. Treasurer Nick Handley. President-elect for Denver. Director of Membership, Mark Boyle. Come on up. He's right down the end of the room. So he's making his way up. And here's Mark. Thank you. Director Communications, Rajiv Kamanini. Director of Youth is Paul Bartley. I don't know if Paul's online, but hello, Paul, are you there? Not today? Okay. Director Fundraising, Liz Hemphill. And Director International, Monica Oliphant. Director Community Service, Greg Winston. And he's out getting our coffee and tea, I think. So thanks, Greg. We're back. Sorry about that. Internet connection dropped out. That never happened to you, Adriano, so it's not a good sign. Okay, so this year we have lots to look forward to. As always, we will be prioritising member engagement, fellowship and wellbeing, and opportunities for service in the community. We will celebrate 100 years of Rotary in Australia and get involved with the many amazing activities planned for this special event. And in addition, as we catapult Rotary into another 100 years in Australia, we will focus our energies on diversity, equity and inclusion. Could we be doing more to connect with underrepresented communities and individuals for greater opportunities to participate as members and leaders? Developing ethical leaders. Let's continue to do this by exemplifying all of the qualities that make our members extraordinary. Integrity, expertise and a commitment to service. And raising our profile. We will do this by building partnerships, connections and opportunities that will allow people who share our drive to do the same. And yes, there will be challenges ahead, especially due to the current coronavirus pandemic, but we are people of action and we will get done what we need to do. No challenge is too big for us. To be honest though, my biggest challenge will be having the time to prioritise a very important value of mine, and that is of connection. I really want to personally connect with all members and friends throughout the year. And I ask for your help with this. please, I invite you all to seek me out and make a time for a cup of tea and a chat. I have a lovely tea caddy, which I will put tea in there for you. And as Adriano said, this tea caddy has come from the Rotary Club of London back in 1950, which was sent to our club, and it's actually one of the benefits of becoming president, I've realised, as a tea caddy gets passed along like a baton relay to each president year after year. So next year, Paul Denver, you will receive this beautiful tea caddy. I do make coffee as well, if you'd like a coffee instead. My daughter Annie and I would take very good care of this at our house at Prospect. Finally, let me take this opportunity to acknowledge immediate past President Adriano and the board and all the committee members for a very memorable year. Adriano did many things to help me get ready to be his successor, and I thank you very much, Adriano, for that. I read somewhere that the best job to have in Rotary is past president. I'm sure today that must sound like music to your ears, Adriano. Well done, and thank you.
Thank you, absolutely.
So with that, and with actually, how many minutes to spare? 14 minutes to spare. I'm actually going to close this meeting. Oh, perhaps we should have a toast. I'd like to, people who are sitting here in this room would like to have a toast. So should we have a toast to Adriano Cisternino? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
you,
And to you and the incoming team as well, Heidi, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Yep. And thank you, and thank you to everybody for joining us online. So with that, I will close today's meeting. Next week, please join us online for what we think will be our final Zoom meeting, and that will be In Conversation with Darren Cahill. Darren is one of the great icons in the world of international tennis. He has coached Leighton Hewitt and Andre Agassi, and currently coaches Simona Halep and has worked with many tennis greats. Peter Neal will be speaker host for that meeting. Thank you, Peter. And thank you to Peter for organising and being a really big part of these past few months with organising the Zoom meetings. And then, great news. Wednesday, July the 8th, we're back to Adelaide Oval. We will be in the Ian McLaughlin room in the Western Stand, and it's time to reconnect. Oh, Paul Denver wants to say something. Oh, do I? Heidi wasn't passed. Oh, okay. But before I do this, Adriano, I have a very special pin for you, and it's the past president's pin. Would you or Annabelle or Xavier please place it on? You have it? Right. Past president, you're on there.
It's already on, Heidi. I've been wearing it from the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
Xavier is stamping it on me.
Okay. You get your dad back, Xavier.
Finally.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yeah, so great news. We will be back at Adelaide Oval, all being well, from July the 8th. We will be in the Ian McLaughlin room, which is a bigger room, so we'll be able to social distance within that room. And at this first meeting, you will learn more about the Rotary theme for the new year, which is Rotary Opens Opportunities, and you can see the new banner behind me there. And you'll also be able to pick up the new club directory.
I think the internet is full. Okay, you're back.
Okay. You'll also be able to pick up the new club directory, which has been beautifully put together by Reg. But you won't be able to shake hands or hug, I'm afraid. So we'll just have to wave to one another instead. We will be back to pre-booking and paying online, so we can minimise cash and card handling at the desk. We are also aiming to still provide lunches via Zoom, for those more vulnerable and who would prefer to stay at home. So please let me know if you have any questions about this as we move forward with our planning. Thank you all. I'm going to close now unless anybody else has something else they would like to say, because we are early. It doesn't normally happen, but we are. Anybody want to say something? Peter?
Heidi, I think just you might want to recognise your DG for your year, who's been able to join us during the meeting.
Oh, lovely.
David Jones is online.
Fantastic. Hello. Yes, everybody, as you all know, from July the 1st, we are merging into one district, District 9510. And we have the very first district governor for that district, David Jones, here with us today. David, welcome. Do you want to say hello?
I'll say hello. Thank you, everybody, for the wonderful year in Rotary, and congratulations, Heidi, on your position as president for next year in the year that Rotary opens opportunities. I thank Adriano for obviously what's been an excellent year from what I've seen through this changeover period. So yeah, congratulations all, and we look forward to working with you next year. And I think I'm due to come to the club on about the 26th of August.
Yeah.
You are, David, and we're very much looking forward to you. And to all the board members online, you'll all be meeting David, so there'll be a half an hour meeting with David beforehand before he presents to the club. So thank you. Thanks, David. Good to see you. And thank you very much to Jane Owens as well for her marvellous leadership. It's wonderful that you're here today, Jane. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to say anything? No?
Let's start the party.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I think that's all. We're going to give you all an early minute today so that Adriano can start the party. Go well. The meeting is now closed. Thank you.